My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to the darkest Rhapsody estate here in the darkest dungeon. Blightstone, I mean, if we didn't have the Blasphemous Vial, I might consider one. That's our first Jester. You're nervous and you missed the spot, but you have On Guard. On Guard's really good. For a character that's using, like, bleed damage especially. God, you actually have all of the skills that I would want you to have as well. And you're a real good stress healer. I have to. Yeah, I have to. I can't wait for a much better one. You're a kleptomatic and you're a perfectionist. Despite the fact you're an early riser, you garbage. Godard, you are Ashen and... What? So you got Shocker and Ashen. Natural, I guess this is like an early game thing. Plus 3 speed while wearing no trinkets. Plus 20% max HP while wearing no trinkets. Plus 20% healing received while wearing no trinkets. The reason that this has to be an early game thing is because in late game, you have trinkets that are better than natural. Will pretty much ever be. It's interesting. I've also got Laws, rather. You're tough, diurnal, fair weather. Oh god, I want a lot of you. Okay, I'm gonna upgrade the size of the hero barracks. I'm gonna take Laws. I'm gonna take Godard.
Seeking fortune and glory in this domain of the damned.
Now I've already pre-selected my party in order to go to the ruins here. I have to have like a relatively good party because I'm gonna be carrying Mortimer through it. Right, so Mortimer is a Ruins Adventurer as well as Fated Early Riser. The Ruins Adventurer in particular is important because it's going to prevent her, hopefully, from stressing out in this area. We've got Monville, who's a Ruins Explorer, so we've got a 10% scouting chance from that. We've also got Ruins Scrounger, so a 5% scouting chance from that. And we've got Gordon here, just kind of carrying the team in terms of DMG points. Y'all. We should sort these out. You need a Worry Stone. Not a Worry Stone, sorry. You need the... Yes, Agility Talon. You need the Ancestor Scroll. Oh, baby. You'll take the Dazzling Charm. And then you'll take the Worry Stone as well as the Carapace Idol. Plus 25% protection. On any other character, that would be goddamn insane. But... this character isn't any other character, are they? Yeah, I still really don't want to be stunned, so even with the plus 15 dodge, probably not a great idea. Yeah, I'm going to avoid all of those. Okay, cool. So now we can set up our party. Right, we've got to remember 2k for going out on the mission. Just leave 2k at the very least. Gordon's got a couple upgrades we might need here, in fact. Barbaric Yorp in particular. Both Iron Swan and Wicked Hat get much more accurate. So the always hit barrier is if you have 95% chance to hit, you will always hit. Oh, was it lowered to 90? Oh, it might have been lowered to 90. I can't remember, but... with a 95, you should always hit. So against enemies that have 0 dodge, Wicked Hack and Iron Swan should now always hit, which is important. But now you're in line 2 now, so I'll upgrade Uppercut and you'll drop the Flashbang for the Uppercut. It means that I can't stun the... actually, that's probably... because Uppercut can only stun the front 2 lines, but Gordon can already stun the front 2 lines with the Barbaric Yorp. Okay, no, you actually turned the Flashbang back on. That's my bad. I made a mistake there. Morville, no. Mortimer. I mean, Mortimer, this actually will increase your flight kind of significantly, in fact. I'm actually a little interested in maybe giving you Nervous Stab as well, because a lot of the time you're doing nothing. Fortifying Vapors isn't a problem. It's not necessary either. Alright, fine. I'll just get you, basically, your usual setup in terms of a character. All right, that's us sorted, right? Oh god, I'm 10 short of the amount of money I'm gonna need. Ugh. Defender Seal is not something I'll ever use, really. All right. Get out of that mish, yo. That mish. Probably set up correctly. Just double checking. Look, I know I take a long time before going to missions. I am trying to shorten that. We're 5 minutes in and I'm already going to the provision scheme. Usually it's 12 minutes at the very least. I'm trying to get a wee bit faster about this, but at the same rate, if I don't prepare correctly, I will lose characters. We've seen that time and time again. Yep, I'm pretty happy with that. Could actually drop some food pretty happily as well. Sure. Okay. Gotta remember, the antiquarian is the person who needs to interact with all of the curios. Right.
The fiends must be driven back. And what better place to begin than the seat of our noble line?
This is a really nice map. That is a nice map. Antiquarian opens it for nothing, unfortunately. I mean, I don't really technically need to buffer the light going in here, but it'll give me a better chance of surprising our enemies. Hey, which we ended up doing. Nice. Iron Swan on the Bone Courtier. Here we go. Ugh, come on. As much as I wanted to stun the frontliner, it is really important this Bone Courtier does not act. We're really... Oh, hell yes. It got shuffled to the front. That's insane. We're really healthy in terms of our HP, but our stress is garbage. I'm gonna Festering Vapors you because if it hits, good, you're dead before you'll ever get an action. Not only that, but you won't leave a corpse, which is actually gonna be kind of handy. This will move the Bone Soldier a little bit forwards,
Slowly,
allowing me to hit it with my
this is how a
Wicked
life is
Hat.
taken.
I'm actually going to plan around the worst case scenario. Ugh. It's so much slower than me. Why are you going faster than me? Yorp at him. Alright, Bone Soldier's dead. Usually I'd be already targeting on the Bone Arbalist, but at the same rate, like, come on.
In Radiance,
Bone Soldier's
may
critting
we
me every
find
turn. Bone
victory.
Arbalist is doing a lot of damage, sure. But not as much. Oh, yes. You just get plus 33% damage versus bleeding. Yes, I have a feeling that one's not going to be particularly relevant. Call it a hunch. 4 to 8, we roll the 4. Thanks, game. We kill. Yeah.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Light him up again. And yeah, that's the kill. Everyone's dead. They just
Great is the weapon that
know
cuts
it.
on its own.
I mean, I can Yorp at him. I'm really hoping the Vessel acts before the Bone Soldier here. Rough.
A death by inches.
Not coming back this way, so we can loot this happily.
Wealth beyond measure. Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Here's our first shovel usage. As long as we keep getting scouting, and it's very likely we do, we'll be able to tell whether or not we need to save a shovel for later usage. I'm actually just going to stun you, knock you out of position as well. Cool. Since the Bone Arbalist is in the front too, they can only use Bayonet Jab, which is going to move them backwards. Actually, just going to straight up stab here. Which will move them backwards. But it also does very little damage, and I think has an extremely low crit chance as well. I mean, they all have extra stun resist right now. Like, I'm really unlikely to stun any of you. See what I mean? There's your Bayonet Jab. Missed it by that much.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
All right. Have to just take a free action here. Nice.
Press this
One down.
advantage. Give them no quarter.
Should actually probably start blinding you because getting through your armor is going to be a wee bit raw. That's fine, even if you move him back. Because the heal I'm going to be using here is going to be the AoE heal.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Okay. Oh, you actually purged your... No. We have an antiquarian. Sorry, no. Could we... No. I did one recently, okay? And it was in a boss fight as well. I've been demonstrating the willingness to fight Shamblers, but, like, come on. Can't expect me to do it right now. That's books, don't want to. Alright, fight me. Gotta get that cultist acolyte down as quickly as possible. Nothing I can do about it here, so yup. I don't have bleed out for this area as well, so... Or rather, of course I don't have bleed out for this. Oh, what? It shuffled her but didn't stun her? Wow. That's atypical. That's gonna work, isn't it? No, it's not. Beautiful. So hopefully this cultist brawler in the backline goes faster than this one. Because if that is the case, then this one will stumbling forwards, move the other one backwards. The other one will stumble forwards, moving the other one backwards. Like it's a perfect setup of just complete garbage. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Die.
Formation is broken.
Yay! Stumbling. And then the other one has to stumble as well. Perfect. Oh, resisted the stun as well. Like a 15% chance for the enemy to resist that stun. And they did. So, you know. I'm not mad. Just very much am. I'm actually going to roll that heal there, mainly for the increase of bleed resistance. Well, at the very least, now we get like an easy Yorp. So, that's good.
Destroyed.
So I'm not Yorping anymore. Well, I mean, I should still, right? Yeah. Like, I could bleed out, but I could also, you know, group heal this turn, which is nice and good and fun and happy and being nice. All right. Very nice, especially critting on the character who has the highest stress here. And Mortimer takes him to lunch.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
There's a map inside. I mean, that's handy, but... Alright. Thorough search. Another bleed stone. In order to save space in my inventory, I will pop that on someone. It will lower their speed, which is going to be frustrating, but hey. Worth. Surprise as well. Good. Yeah, I'll open with a Yorp. That bone soldier is at least as annoying as those arbalists. And it looks like I can probably just get a stun on everyone here. Oh, and shuffle them to the front as well. Hell yes. Alright, I'm gonna start lighting up that backliner because it's gonna be difficult to really move you away from there. So we used that turn for entirely lockdown and we didn't really accomplish that one. That's why sometimes you've got to prioritize. I mean, I'm probably not going to be able to stun anyone here, so let's go for damage. Cool. guess I was planning on Iron Swanning the back line, but I guess I can just not do that. Sure. Yeah, the enemy's dead in one turn after this anyway, so. Not super pleased with that result. Morden's probably going to use the nervous stab to kill the frontliner. Well, I guess at least I can Iron Swan. Okay. Neither of those are going to leave corpses.
Unforeseen, unforgiving.
Very nice. Very nice party healing there. Yeah, yelp on him. No reason to not to. Awesome. These guys are incredibly slow. They should have a round to take out this Bone Soldier in time. And we do. Light him up. Light past that. Rocks. And party heal again. Thank you, Monville. I think her healing range is like 2 to 3. And she's doing 3 to 4 because she has the trinket. Right, it's 2-3. Yeah, 2 to 3, but she's doing 3 to 4. I'm gonna do the party heal. It's a very small amount of HP that still needed to be healed there, but I basically did it to try and see if I could roll a crit on anyone.
Diminished.
Debuff stone plus 15% to debuff skill chance, so we'll pop that on to... I guess you. Drop the journal page. Definitely need to start a stack of these. There's like nothing here I desperately want to throw away yet. All of them could have their uses. Citrine's the least useful. I'll drop it. Okay. So if I go down in this direction, then I can turn out the light, take the Curio, take these 2 Curios, come back up here, take this Curio, block that, and then... Okay, cool. So for low light adventuring later, it's worth going in this direction first. Nice. Bone Courtier surprised. We'll take you out again instantly. Like, you'll hear this be a little formulaic, and this is because I want to make it extraordinarily clear the kinds of things that you need to prioritize really early in this game. Because the solid knowledge of those is what gave me the ability before. I imagine I'm going to be fine to get through this Blood Moon campaign, but solid knowledge of those kinds of fundamentals of prioritization, of control, of different battle phases, of recovery phases, of different curio interactions, of different party compositions, of different, of different boss mechanics and all those kinds of things. Those are the kinds of things that gave me any level of reasonable capability at this game, which then translated in me being able to take out the what was it called game? Blood Moon campaign, the Blood Moon Crimson Court campaign. So I'm trying to familiarize other people with them. These kinds of things will tend off as the series goes longer. You'll note that, like, this happens with a lot of my LP series. Like, it'll initially start as exploratory, and then it'll transition into demonstrative. Now, thankfully, my first DD campaign was the one that was exploratory, right? So now the rest of them are pretty much demonstrative. So I spend a lot of my time explaining, you know, this is how this works, this is how this works, this is how this works, etc. Yeah, it's too important to kill the Bone Courtiers as quickly as possible. Especially seeing as I've got someone on here who is quite stressed out. One down. Third liner is much easier to take care of. Good. All right, yeah, you'll notice this with a lot of my series. They'll start out exploratory, they'll go to demonstrative, and then eventually it'll get to a point that I assume you know most of the things I know by that point, and I can stop focusing on explaining things and just start focusing on kind of just, pardon the pun, but rhapsodizing over the top of the gameplay. You'll notice that that happened probably like 100 episodes ago with Slay the Spire. And never happened with Cultist Simulator, right? So like as the series goes longer, the kind of style of commentary I do changes. And since this Darkest Dungeon campaign is going to go for about 5 trillion years, typically my Darkest Dungeon campaigns run to about 100 episodes. Because of that, it's worth noting that the current commentary style is not going to be the persistent commentary style over the entire time. Plus, I'd get bored if I was just explaining the same things over and over and over again. Like, I've got like a really high tolerance for explaining things again and again and again. But at a certain point, anyone breaks.
The wounds of war can be healed.
It's really much easier for me at that point just to transition to kind of talking about everything but the game, I guess. That's fine. You're dead. So, any stress healing that I can get out of this would be nice. Is there any I can? No, I don't even have a stress healer in the party. Rough. That should have gone on the Hellion. I rolled that basically to try and get the crit.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
There is a hallway in New Orleans they call Rising... No, there is a, there's a hallway curio interaction that could require a skeleton key, but it can also take a shovel. But the thing is, I know that neither of these takes a shovel. That does, but I might not even go into that fight. So I could drop a shovel here if I wanted to. Defender Seal, so it hasn't got an entirely rusted edge. So that is worth 1.125, I think, to sell. 1,000, that is. I have to save the money. I don't need the torches anymore. There's no torch interaction that I'm going to go with. So, take that. Medicinal herbs and holy water are still probably possibly useful. Drop that and I'll take the jade. So this can give you a, I think, dodge and prot buff, but it can also give you ruin scrounger, like ruins related benefits. I actually think I might. No, I'll put it on Gordon. Yeah, we just get a nightly aura. So we get plus 10 dodge and plus 15% protection until camp. Turn the light out.
Terrors may indeed stalk these shadows, but yonder, a glint of gold.
We would have had 3 citrine in the stack by now, so maybe it's turned out to be wrong. How we handled it before.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Okay. Literally just have to check this curio. Thankfully, I know that neither of these spaces is going to be a fight. Can't have respawned there. I can actually get, like, pretty significant stress reduction here. You can also roll to have someone possibly remove a negative, but at the risk of them gaining a bunch of stress. There's also the possibility that I give you the warrior... Oh, crumbs, do I do that? No, I'm just going to remove the stress. So there's the possibility that I take the Worry Stone off of Mortimer, I hand it over to Gordon. Gordon has 10% increased virtue chance, and then I get Gordon to check it for the possibility that Gordon either removes the soft negative quirk that they currently have, or they get stressed out and possibly become virtuous and lose a lot of their stress. In the end, we didn't do either of those, but that's an alternative play there.
We reclaim what is ours.
Okay, we got scientific, lower divine grace and comfort healing, unfortunately. Healer's Gift is garbage. Armor Tinker is okay. I mean, while you're on low level at the very least. Musical, yeah. Kind of a wash there, I guess.
A fresh irritant to some. A sanguine memory to me.
Okay, we're starting to get some trinkies. Which is the fun new way I say trinkets. Fear of Eldritch and Anemia is garbage on you. Right? Lower bleed resist means that you can very rarely heal yourself without, bleeding yourself. Fear of Eldritch, I mean, you're good against Eldritch, so that's a bad idea. Lurker and Second Wind just aren't good enough. Claustrophobia, Beast Slayer, we could easily take Belay. Quick Draw, Man-at-Arms. As much as this Man-at-Arms has, Dark Temptation and Necromania, both of which are garbage and I hate them, and I'm mad about it. We do need more frontliners. I mean, it's been our problem, right? Consistently, that we don't have enough frontliners. Taking a Man-at-Arms, especially a Man-at-Arms who has Quick Draw on a stunning class is really good because you're effectively guaranteeing that you'll have your stun before enemies act. Well, not guaranteeing, but you're making it very likely. The final one's Angsot, who is Mercurial and Fragile. You have a hard noggin and you're Fated. So Fated is interesting. A chance to turn any miss into a hit means that you need to miss the first time and then re-roll and then hit, right? For the Fated to actually enact. I saw a statistical breakdown that basically said, unless your accuracy is garbage, like really bad, Fated doesn't really do that much for you. Like, it doesn't activate often enough to really be worth its slot. Like, you'd prefer +5 accuracy in almost every circumstance. Unless your accuracy is super low, unless you're like a leper in the early game especially. Hard Noggin's pretty damn good, though. Hard Noggin is, like, extremely important in the final Darkest Dungeon missions. Fragile and Mercurial are a little rough. I think I just want to take... Oh, no, I want to take Curtis and I want to take Belay. Damn, I guess I'm removing someone.
Youth may be spent, but his eyes hold the secrets of 100 campaigns.
Is there anyone who's like an obvious... Like, I just picked you up, didn't I? Risk Taker is fine on you as well. Because it's really easy to gain a bunch of dodge on the Howlmaster. Is that a thing that you want to do? Not all the time, no. But like the upgraded version of Guard Dog, I think is like 25. Like as soon as it's full level, that is. It's like 25? Dodge? And it stacks? I don't really use you in the runes though. Is it Russell? Should I remove Russell? Maybe. Yeah, it's Russell. Out of the party, friends.
This one has become vestigial, useless.
Describing a person as vestigial is just harsh. All right, Nomad Wagon, yeah, Dark Crown. I'm not going to be running Dark Crowns super early in the game, but I would like to stack some Dark Crowns. Heartburst Hood, yeah. All right, let's check our next available missions. Ooh, you're in the ruins. That's really unfortunate because I would have really liked to go on this. +8 speed on the first round, +15% crit on the first round, -3 speed after the first round. So there's also another thing called Hot to Trot. Who has it? We have someone with Hot to Trot. Oh god, don't tell me they died. I think one of my Hot to Trots did die, in fact. Actually, I think... Crumbs, maybe both of them did. Yeah. No, apparently... What? Oh, maybe it was one of my older campaigns that had a Hot to Trot in it? Hot to Trot is just like +20% damage on the first round, +5% crit on the first round, and +5 accuracy on the first round. So that, as well as a quick draw charm, as well as like, I don't know, point blank shot or something like that, could be cool? Question mark? Book of Constitution for +30% blight and disease resist with a -1 speed. I mean, the thing is, most of the trinkets that you end up equipping people with are combat orientated. right? So taking something that's just extra blight and disease resist is really difficult to do. Unless you don't have any other trinkets to take on them. In which case, if I'm going to the Warrens, surely I'll take this on someone because they're not going to get blighted often there at the very least. But they will get diseased quite easily in the Warrens, so... Question mark? The Hag does currently have the Ethereal Crucifix. Plus 25% damage versus Eldritch. Plus 30% bleed resist, negative 20% max HP. So that is really, really good in certain positions in the Darkest Dungeon at the very end of the game. In particular, there is a mission where the enemies basically just bleed the ever-loving hell out of you constantly, and they're all Eldritch in the Darkest Dungeon. So the Ethereal Crucifix is effectively built for that. You lower your max HP by 20%, which is bad, but it's not as bad as getting some of the bleeds in that area, because some of the bleeds in that area are like 10 points of bleed per round, and you're like, oh, okay, that's fine. I'll just die then. That's fine. Also got a low-level Cove mission for another bloody dice. That just makes it sound like I'm really angry at the dice. I think actually that's where we're going to go. And I think we might take the Antiquarian out for another stroll around the park. In particular, because we've got... Maybe not, though. Because the Antiquarian kind of relies on me taking other people that are stronger, right? To compensate for the Antiquarian's weakness. But the problem that, you know, becomes immediately relevant there is then how am I going to level up all of these other people? They also need to go out. Do I have a bloody dice left? I do! I actually do have a bloody dice left, so I could take Pinel on this mission. And that would actually be really good, because if we got any of the Eerie Coral, we could remove Nervous or Misses the Spot, both of which would be good to remove. But the thing is, if I take Pinel, right? Pinel would be our third liner. You can't actually start off the fight with the finale anymore. You just don't deal enough damage with it. Do you? Finale used to be 150% damage mod, wasn't it? I'm pretty certain you have to set up Finale a bunch before you can use it now, which is the frustrating thing about it. I know it's, you know, mechanically supposed to be the final thing you do, but starting open a fight just by nuking someone out of existence was really fun. This would allow me to take a stress healer on the mission. The problem is, as you can see so many times in the last fight, right? We'd stun with these and then do no damage. Right? So we need like another damage person. I would love a Plague Doctor right now, but I don't have one. I should also be wary not to level up any of my level 2s if we can avoid it. You're a Cove Explorer. No, let's actually... you're a Cove Explorer as well. And you're an Eldritch Hater. Oh, I may take Vel. I wasn't planning on taking Vel, but... I mean, you're a Cove Explorer. And an Eldritch Hater. It's pretty good. Okay, so if I'm taking Vel... kind of want to take the Crusader as well. Alright, I guess I'm not running with an Antiquarian squad then. Evelyn's a pretty garbage healer. Get on. It's the compulsive, frankly, that is my main concern here. I really want to remove that, and I don't know if I can use her before I do. I can put Brev down as our second liner, but then the problem is Brev down might level out of our area. The problem with taking Vavasaur as our only healer is then if Vavasaur does not get targeted, great work. You just lost someone. I could run a relatively low healing build. I really don't think we should be doing that right now. As much as I want to take the Jester, I just don't see their position in this party, frankly. I really don't see it. So you're a shocker and a willed foe, but you're claustrophobic. If I went with this, how's this as a party? I mean, I would have to change out Bele's abilities. But the fact that Pierce allows us to target any line is really important. So how's our targeting of any line? I mean, we've got Bele and we've got Val who can target any line. We've got Godard for the front two. We've got Evelyn for a stun up until the third, and then nukes further on that. We could totally take this. This wouldn't be that bad. And it would help us start leveling up some of these low-level characters. Sure. Sure. There, you really need to increase your stuff, though, because you're kind of... I hate to tell you, but you're kind of here to carry everyone else a little bit, so... You know. Just keep it in mind. Should I leave the Holy Lance there? Yeah, I guess. Just in case we get pushed. There's so few actions in this area that'll push us, though. Puncture, breaks guard, can't be guarded. Pulls by 2 as well. I mean, maybe we should have Puncture, Pierce. Adder's Kiss definitely needs to be unlocked. Impale? Captivate's really good as well. It's just the ability to apply those blights while dealing damage that's so we need Adder's Kiss and we need Captivate. We also need Pierce. Do I want Impale or do I want Puncture? Both of them bypass guard, right? Impale targets everyone, so it bypasses guard. It's -50, -60. This also pulls. Yeah, it's going to be the deciding factor. The fact that we can just use it to pull someone out of position is pretty ridiculous. Some characters, when pulled out of position, just can't do anything about it. And they just, like, stand there like, oh, okay. Well, you got me. And that's the kind of sitch we want to be in here. All right. So, you'll be taking that one. 10% max HP for you, friend. I could increase your bleed skill. It's actually probably worth doing as well. My main concern is we have very little in terms of our stuns. I could take... Oh, no. If I give you no trinkets, you're actually going to have higher speed, which is going to give you the ability to stun earlier, but you'll also not have the ability to guarantee those stuns. That's actually a little unfortunate. Well, we're going to need a reliable stun in the team at the very least, so I guess I'm going to swap those out just so that I can get a Dazzling Charm with a stun. So we've only got a single target stunner. Like, that's actually kind of bad. It's going to have to be how we go, though. It's just a bit necessary. Oh my god, we're 38 minutes in, and I'm just about to launch on a mission. Ugh. I've spent the last 12 minutes setting up for this mission. I can't not go. Okay. Let's equip ourselves. Feeling pretty good about that. Anything else I want? Anything else I desperately need? No, no, and no. I could drop a skeleton key. Yeah, in fact, I will. I could also probably drop 4 food. And will. I was going to try and talk myself out of each of those, but we do not have the money to make... to, you know, be... anything but conservative with our...
The smell of rotting
picks,
fish is almost unbearable.
I'm hoping it is, because I really want there to be a lot of rotting fish in this area. Okay, cool. Our master's got our trap disarm. I hadn't even thought about trap disarm, frankly. Okay. Eldritch Altar, beautiful. We have exactly one holy water. I was gonna bring a holy water if we didn't have one specifically for that as well. Yeah, we do need to kill the drown thrall, like, frankly, immediately. Good. 1 damage from lethal. So frustrating. What? I thought we were gonna pretty much guarantee the kill with the smite there. Sea breeze for a heal as well. That's not good. We're gonna be hounds harrying next turn. That's not a thing we usually do. Nice miss though. Nice dodge. Well, at least you're doing buffs rather than stress nukes. I'm gonna need to start working on you because, oh god, the heals and the crits. Thank you.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Sure.
Press this advantage.
There's the Hound's Harry. Just kill the backliner, apply some bleeds. How does Kiss? I can actually... Yeah. Stun them. And they're resisted, but they're actually dead regardless. I'm using Hound's Harry basically every turn from now on.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Stun so we don't get Octocestus again. We can take a moment or two here. It's fine. Anyone who has no other actions to use is fine to attack. But frankly, anyone who can avoid it should. Sure. To assess this gain. It's unfortunate that my stunning class is also my healing class, right? It's a lot of bleed on you. Fine. Start sending in some damage against this guy.
The wounds of war can be healed.
I'm basically looking at Renata's Kiss here. So enemy is going to act at the very end of the next round, so we basically have one more turn to clear. That is to clear as much bleed, as much HP loss, as much stress. All good. Oh, yes. Aced it.
Death, unforeseen, unforgiving.
Does this skill... Oh, it's still on a chance. I wonder, because it worked basically every time there. So you've Claustrophobia, you've Shocker and Ashen. Both of those need to be removed. Guilty Conscience warrants for Fear of Unholy also. While Fear of Unholy does need to be removed, it's not pressing because Vare will very rarely go to the areas that have Unholy. What was it? Did I remove Shocker or Ashen? Shocker. Cool. So Ashen's negative 10% to our bleed and blight resistances, but Shocker was negative 10% to our stun resistance. So 90% of rooms means I can't just ignore this left side, unfortunately. Really? We're in Radiant Light and we just got shuffled. Ugh. Very good. I wanted her to do that so that she would move forward, frankly. I mean, fair's fair. Need a frontliner, please. Perfect. And I got a stun.
A death by inches.
Speaking of stunning, in fact, check this out. Awesome. Anyone that acted before you would have attacked that specific grouper. If you're wondering why I'm spreading the damage around at the moment, you're about to find out.
Their
Awesome.
formation is broken.
Oh,
Maintain
crit on the
offensive.
cell field. Well done. Pelagic grouper, yeah. Had to act first. Had to. You're not even that faster than most of my characters yet.
Gently. This is
In fact,
how
5,
life
4,
is
4,
taken.
4. Yeah. You should have been acting faster than you occasionally. So you're not dead to your bleed yet. Problem is, like, I can add his kiss here, but I was really hoping that was only going to hit for 3.
Destroy them all.
So they could get another round of recovery. Yeah, we haven't used a single shovel yet. We can drop one. Sure. I do have to remind myself of the fact that, oh, God, do we not have a Cove Explorer? We do. We should really be, I don't know, call it a hunch, but exploring? Cool. You're not dead to your blight yet. Strength wave hits. Single target, 23, sure. Probably gonna Hound's Harry because we'll guarantee the kill on the midline. Please stun, please stun. Yes. Hound's Harry guarantees the kill on the midline. Ah! It's really important we try and stun that Pelagic Shaman.
Victory.
Thankfully, the Pelagic Shaman's now in slot 2, so it's possible they try and stab us. Never mind. Sea Breeze. Hopefully we get someone to act before this Pelagic grouper. And we do, but it's not that great. Oh, good crit. Is that a kill? It's not a kill. I mean, in 3 turns' time, it would. Never mind.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Good. Finally, we're actually getting actions faster than you. As much as I want to stun there, I don't want to miss a stun and also miss a healing opportunity. Yeah. That was the worst case scenario and it came true. Add his kiss. Okay, you're dead, so we can actually just hold up. Wait a minute. Fill my cup and put some liquor in it. Oh, give me that stress healing.
A momentary
Perfect.
abatement.
Could scarcely have been better, in fact. Another key. Nice.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
The secondary key is almost certainly not necessary. We just need to try and kill this Pelagic Shaman as quickly as possible. Then the grouper, and then we'll deal after that. Actually, just going to stun the grouper right now. Also going to dog treats. Shaman. The reason that I'm attacking the Pelagic grouper rather than stunning, where I would usually be stunning, is because either of these can now decide to, there we go, Barnacle Barrier it, in which case it becomes a lot more difficult for me to kill in time. Honestly, that's fine. A Hound's Harry will do it anyway. Done.
The promise of safety.
There's the Hound's Harry. Didn't manage to bleed the backliner, unfortunately. Octocestus 4. Damn it, you bled us. Frankly, I do need to try and get one of you off the field. If one of you protects the other and then the other starts Octocestusing, we're just going to have so much damage incoming. Very nice crit on that heal. Thank you very much. Yeah, that Pelagic Guardian should be dead. And in fact, it is. It's crit. So every time you start a mission with the Houndmaster, you get 2 dog treats, and we use those just to try and elevate our attacks just a little bit earlier. It only does it for like a round or 2. Those dog treats actually have a curio interaction in this area as well. There's a clam that you can open with them. Don't ask me why. Oh my god, the crits! Thank you.
But never hidden.
We've got to go with the stress heal, frankly. Cool, you're dead. Which means a wee bit of healing and stress healing there. Sickening Essential for plus 20% damage versus Blighted.
But a victory
Yeah, not
nonetheless.
common. That is to say, it's not going to trigger commonly. There's another scouting. There's the Bass Relief. Damn it, you sin so very much like guide me. You're unyielding. You now have plus 10% to your death blow resist. Gives you a 77% chance when an enemy attacks you or whenever you take damage while you're on death's door to not death. I mean, die. Claustrophobia, Fear of Unholy, Ashen. Yeah, I definitely want to remove Ashen. See, it took 1 mission. Now Goddard's fine. Just a totally normal dude, just chilling, hanging. Is this how kids speak? Chilling, hanging, slapping 10, getting mad, sudsy. He's clean. Oh, that isn't how kids speak these days. Okay, fair enough.
The darkness holds much worse than
Yep.
mere trickery.
I don't know if you can actually untrap those unlocked strong boxes. By the way, if you're...
If only
Just in case, because
pressure
I
could
actually saw a
staunch
comment
the
about this
flow.
recently.
Otherworldly
It can be pronounced
corruption.
Bass Relief or Bar Relief. I think Bass Relief is the UK pronunciation. I think Bar Relief
Finding
is
stuff
the
is only the
American.
first test. Now it must be carried home.
Definitely pop the torch before I get into here, just for the sake of scouting chance. Nice. Two torches left. There's our first hunger prop. Good. I'm really glad I didn't take 12 on this mission now. Do we have an anti-venom? We don't. No reason to loot that then. I'll pump the torches 2 times before I go in here. Again, just about scouting chance. Well, we didn't scout, but there's still the possibility of another eerie coral, so I kind of just want to go down this hallway instead. I mean, there could be a fight in this room. I'm actually kind of happy to take it. We've got the dog treats. Cool. All right. All that worked out in the end. We've also got 2 journal pages, and because we have these, we probably won't lose further slots to a bunch of journal pages. I think if you take all of the journal pages home, they stop dropping. Can anyone confirm or deny that one? Ooh, Beast Slayer. Excellent. Got fading, -2 speed, -5 dodge. That's actually really garbage. -10 death blow resist. It's bad, but you know. It's not like an immediate remove.
A fresh irritant to some. A sanguine memory to me.
So, I'm actually not even gonna do the kind of end checks on the stagecoach and the embark missions because we are already ridiculously over time and I have slayed the spire to record. So, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Darkest Dungeon. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves and hopefully we'll see you next time, Gooden.